It gives me great pleasure to be a part of these ESG Leadership Awards. I'm happy to say that this is a great platform that recognizes and encourages Indian companies for their achievements and also to share their best practice with others for others to emulate. At the very outset, let me congratulate all the winners in various categories and also to thank you, the organizers, for launching such a valuable, such a relevant platform in today's times. As you know, sustainable development is key. It is core to India's development strategy. We have taken several proactive steps in the government to mainstream sustainable development goals, the SDGs, into our policies, programs, and the schemes of various ministries. To name just a few of the prominent ones for mitigation and adaptation to meet the challenges of climate change, we have India's National Action Plan on Climate Change, the NAPCC. There is the Climate Change Action Plan, CCAP, and the National Adaptation Fund on Climate Change was set up amongst numerous other examples of such steps. One overarching initiative has been the National Mission for Green India, the GIM, which was introduced to protect, restore, and enhance India's forest cover. India is also proud to have brought the world together under the banner of the International Solar Alliance, the ISA, as you know. The ISA is the first intergovernment organization headquartered in our country, and we are proud to have them with us. As you know, our renewable energy capacity has progressed a lot over the last few years with the huge encouragement and the promotion that Government of India under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister himself has given to renewable energy efforts. Today, our renewable energy capacity is the fourth largest in the world and growing rapidly. Our per capita carbon footprint has been contained at 60%, lower than the global average. So if you look at the developed world, or even if you compare us with the emerging markets, we are looking pretty good. This is, I would attribute this because to our lifestyle, which is rooted in the traditions and traditional practices, because of which our carbon footprint is within control, within reasonable limits. As you would all appreciate, all these programs and initiatives, all the schemes that we are launching require a great deal of funding. Sustainable finance is necessary not only for government's projects, but also for some of the initiatives for which the private sector looks to the markets and to external borrowing. To ensure this, we have taken several steps and several measures to ensure that priority is given to sustainable projects as far as financing is concerned. Let me give you a few examples of how we want to achieve this. The Reserve Bank of India has included lending to social infrastructure and to clean renewable energy projects within the priority sector targets that the banks and other financial institutions have. So therefore, if banks lend to such clean and green projects, then they will their lending would be treated as priority sector lending, which is available at some concessional rates, as you are already aware. The voluntary guidelines on corporate social responsibility were issued in 2009, and these seek to mainstream the concept of business responsibility to a sustainable growth path. Some other steps that the government and regulators like SEBI have taken is, for example, SEBI has created a social stock exchange whereby the enterprises, particularly social enterprises, can raise capital from the markets, and funds, particularly the sustainable funds, can invest in responsible businesses. India today has a vibrant green bond market. And, if you compare us to China and some of the other emerging markets, we are now the second largest green bond market in the world. In 2017, to give a big push to green bond issuances in India, SEBI also issued guidelines on green bonds, including listing of green bonds on the Indian stock exchanges. And today, I'm happy to tell you that there are several mutual funds, several ESG-focused funds that have listed and have been launched in the Indian markets. This gives domestic investors as well as global institutional funds an opportunity to enter the Indian markets. And I know for a fact that there is a vast amount of sustainable growth capital through the ESG funds that are waiting in the sidelines, that are waiting in the wings to enter the Indian investment avenues. Perhaps you already know that SEBI has made reporting of companies' performance on sustainability related factors as it's as important and as vital as reporting on financial and operational performances. Disclosures are now mandatory from listed companies on their performance against the 9 principles of national guidelines on responsible business conduct. The essential indicators are required to be reported on a mandatory basis, while the reporting of leadership indicators is on a voluntary basis. So these disclosures and these requirements actually not only encourage businesses to adopt and adhere to ESG standards, but also showcase some of the best practices across the Indian business for other such businesses and other companies to follow. The SDG India Index, which was designed and developed by the NITI Aayog, measures progress at the national and also at the state level as we journey towards meeting the globally accepted goals and targets for sustainable growth. To sum up, these are just a few examples of the important steps, the important reforms that the government and regulators have together taken to ensure that India is firmly progressing on the path to sustainable financing, responsible business, and green growth. Our commitment to the fight against climate change and to global warming is unwavering. Therefore, I'm really proud to be associated with these leadership awards today. You not only recognize exemplary ESG leadership, but you are also presenting role models, like I said earlier, for others to follow, for others to emulate. Once again, I would like to congratulate today's winners and also to compliment the organizers for this valuable forum, which would go a long way, I'm sure, in showcasing ESG best practices. Thank you very much indeed.